Millin here from TeslaTaxi.com.au, just demonstrating again the enhanced autopilot. You'll notice here when the solid line is in the middle, it is going to be doing the lane changes and also taking exits for us. So at the moment it's indicating over to the right, so we'll be able to merge in front of the traffic here. It looks safe to do so at the moment. No cars around. And that's come across into the lane we wanted. Obviously the rear vision camera does read a fair way into the distance behind you, but obviously the main vision is designed to be in front, so it does see a lot further in front than behind. You may have noticed there, every time it does the lane change, I do touch the steering wheel to let the car know that I am still awake and still paying attention. You also have a camera here that will keep track of eye movements. If you start playing with your phone or what have you, it might kick you out of autopilot, and that will disengage or disable the feature until at least your next drive, and it can also accrue extra penalties in the Tesla system if you do abuse the system and not pay attention as the driver monitoring the computer. TeslaTaxi.com.au if you'd like to rent one of these vehicles. We've got this car available from Sunshine Coast all the way down to Byron Bay, and the pricing for Brisbane is $13.99 for a full week, including the enhanced autopilot. Slightly more expensive in the other locations where we need to relocate the vehicle, but as long as you give us at least 3 days notice, we'll be able to arrange that for you. We also can offer this vehicle and others to Uber drivers for long-term contracts, minimum of 6 weeks. Discounted pricing kicks in at either 3 months or 6 months, depending on the contract term you want to take. The pricing for Uber drivers can be well under $800 per week, depending on what included charging is quoted, and depending on what discount for contract term is included. The minimum price for a Tesla for an Uber driver is closer to $500 per week plus insurance fees, and we do have a sliding scale depending on a number of factors, including obviously your insurance cost where you're basing the car in Australia. Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra are all currently supported by our fleet, and we are looking to add some cars in Adelaide in the next few months, sometime in 2023. Millin from TeslaTaxi.com.au if you'd like more information or a quote for one of these cars to drive for Uber, or if you do want to just rent one for 7 days, by all means use our website. Alternatively, if you're wanting to rent one for a shorter period of time, we do also offer up the gap days, as we call them, through Turo. So sometimes you can pick up one of our cars for as little as 2 days on Turo. The pricing per day is obviously slightly more than the $13.99 weekly price, but obviously that can also be discounted on off-peak seasons, so feel free to check the links in this video to some of the cars we have listed now on Turo in Australia. And we are 2 kilometres away from the exit, so it won't probably take this exit because we're going to drop out from the freeway section where it's divided in the centre line here, and as soon as the road is not classed as a freeway, this line, instead of being a solid line in the middle, will go back to blue lines on the outside to indicate that the car won't actually take any exits for you. It'll just indicate when you need to take it, and you need to take over from that point. It shows you here that the navigation steering is ending in 100 metres, and you will also notice as we go through these lights up here that the lights are displayed on the screen. So this version of the software, which is called EAP, Enhanced Autopilot, will show the colour of the lights, but it will not react, so you do still need to take over whenever you need to stop at a set of lights. If you do take one of our cars with FSD, which stands for Full Self-Driving, then the car will actually be able to stop for red traffic lights without your intervention. Obviously this car is stopping now because there's a car in front of us, but if this car was on this road with a red light without FSD and no car in front, it would just go straight through the red light, so it is always important to pay attention and take over as the driver when required. TeslaTaxi.com.au for more information. Thank you.